Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under. And today is deadline day, and it is shaping up to be one of the most hectic deadline days in recent times for Celtic Football Club. We have players coming into the club, we have players going out of the club. It is all happening today in Glasgow. Also, just as a disclaimer, with every single deal I'm talking about in depth, it is 99% going to happen. Obviously, nothing is confirmed at this stage 100% because nothing ever is, but it is 100%, 99.999% should be done. Before we get into the video though, I'm setting a goal, a target of 900 subscribers by the time the transfer window ends. So if you are enjoying these videos, especially the transfer videos, please consider subscribing and helping us hit that goal. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first player we're going to cover, and that is a player who is on his way out of Celtic Football Club, and is none other than Odsonne Edouard. Everyone thought Eddie was going to stay, myself included, but it just wasn't to be, it appears. As per Fabrizio Romano, someone the whole football world puts their faith in, he has reported it is a done deal, and here we go. Personal terms are done, the medical is occurring today, and the deal will appear to be £15 million up front, with add-ons taking it to a nice sum of around £19 million. And that appears to be that. Look, at the end of the day, it's a very nice sum. I will take £19 million overall for Eddie, but we do have to remember PSG have a clause that goes to around 40%, so that equates to around £12 million in the bank for us. And look, £12 million for Odsonne Edouard, someone who is on the final year of his contract and brought so much joy to the Celtic fans. I'll take it. It's profit on whatever we paid for him. I'm happy. That is that. And look, I'm happy to see him going to the Premier League. Obviously, he needed a fresh start. Celtic was no longer the place for him. He's going to the Premier League, a team that is also in a rebuild of Crystal Palace. They bring in so many young players, and to be honest with you, I might just have to chuck him in the fantasy, because if he's starting week in, week out, I can 100% see him scoring goals in the Premier League. So, best of luck to Odsonne Edouard. Au revoir, and merci beaucoup. Now, the next deal is one that actually leads on, and is a lead-on cause effect, you could say, of Edouard's deal. And that is of Greek striker Georgios GIAKOUMAKIS, someone we've covered on the channel in depth before. You can check that out up here. And this deal was one that has actually taken quite a while to do, to be honest with you, because originally there was a lot of interest from Werder Bremen, and the player was undecided on who he wanted to go to. And then also we had to consider that there was uncertainty on Edouard. Was he going to stay this season? Do we need another striker this season? But with all that out of the way, the player's chosen Celtic. Edouard is on his way out. Celtic are finalising this deal. So the money side of the things, both Celtic and the player GIAKOUMAKIS have agreed on transfer fees, wages, whatever the player wants. Celtic have granted it to him. Now, the transfer fee appears to be £2.1 million, bargain if you ask me, up front, and then the $400,000 extra to take the deal to around £2.5 million overall. And I'm all for it. This deal is an absolute bargain for a player like GIAKOUMAKIS, and it is easily covered by Edouard's transfer fee, and allows us to make another signing, which will still keep us in profit from Edouard's deal. And of course, I'm talking about Felipe Jota, a deal that started off as whispers from the Daily Record, but is now in absolute full swing. A winger by nature, preferably on the left, Jota, like GIAKOUMAKIS, was set to complete his medical yesterday, and with no news coming of that being failed, he appears to have completed it. That seems to be all good. He seems fit, no injuries about, and his deal appears to be a season-long loan from Benfica, a top-quality club, plus the option to buy if he impresses. Now, the value of this transfer fee at the end of the loan is ranging, I've seen so many reports, it's ranging from anywhere from 6.2 million to 7.5 million pounds, which if you think about it is quite a hefty fee, but at the same time, we've made so much profit over the transfers of Christopher Ajer and then also Eddie's imminent departure. Plus, if you think about it, we're probably going to get Champions League football next season, so that's an extra 40 million into the club. We can easily afford this. Celtic are not strapped for cash like a certain other Glasgow club. Now, what I've seen from Jota's highlights, and something everyone should go watch, which I've mentioned before, is if that he can bring to Celtic his skills, his finesse, his ability to assist players. He isn't a proven goal scorer. He's a winger. He's an out-and-out winger. If he can bring that to Celtic and even build upon it, improve on it, £7.5 million for him is a steal at the max. I don't think it's going to be that high, but at the max, that is an absolute steal. He's young. He's promising. A front three of him, Abada, and Kyogo would just, oh my God. Like, the rest of the Scottish Premiership should actually forfeit if each player is firing on all cylinders. That will be absolutely filthy. Now, into the final deal, one Celtic fans have actually been kept in the dust about, and something that has been so uncertain for so long, is the contract of Ryan Christie. Now, Ryan, as reported by Sky Sports, has actually rejected Celtic's latest contract offer, so he doesn't look to be staying Celtic past the next 6 months when his contract runs out. And rather than actually heading off to Burnley, he has snubbed them. He snubbed a Premier League club because he doesn't have the guarantee of playing his preferred position of cam, a position which we all know he absolutely sucks in, no offence, Ryan, but is actually set to join Bournemouth in the Championship. He's going down south to join his Championship club, a team that Celtic could absolutely smoke. It's confusing, don't get me wrong, but footballers' minds, we don't know what's going on there. And another thing we don't know what's going on is whether this is a straight transfer fee, he's going to join the club straight away, or if it's a pre-contract agreement. And if he signs a pre-contract agreement, this means he's going to be stuck at Celtic until January. And honestly, I just want him gone. If he's going to go, get him gone now. Celtic just terminate his contract. And it's not because he's a bad player. I think he's a great player, Ryan Christie. He's very, very gifted. On his day, he's absolutely amazing. But if he's going to go, let him go now because he's halting the rebuild of the club. I don't want him in the mix. I don't want him in the mix for starting lineups. We need to be looking towards the future, progressing under Ange Postecoglou, holding back with players who aren't going to be at the club for much longer. Look, obviously, I'd like him to stay as a backup, but if he's going to stay, he cannot be starting. That's just my opinion on that. But, yeah, footballing world is a funny place. Let's hope if he is going, he goes now rather than later. But it does look like this is also au revoir for Ryan Christie. He isn't French, but I'm just saying that because I said it earlier. But before we end the video, those were the 4 players that look certain to either come to Celtic or leave Celtic. But there are some rumours that Celtic are trying to loan in a couple more players just to add to that squad depth. And there's been rumours everywhere. There's been rumours of Darren Randolph. That's one that we can watch this space for. A third choice goalkeeper or a second choice goalkeeper. Just in case Joe Hart gets injured, he could come from West Ham. He's 34 years old, so watch the space there. Also of St Johnstone youngster and midfielder Ali McCann. Rumours have gone there. I don't think we'd get a transfer deal for him, only a loan, but also again watch this space. And then finally, centre back from Spurs, Cameron Carter-Vickers. Celtic also are looking to loan him in on deadline day just to provide more centre-back depth in the squad. So watch this space with all these transfers. Anything could happen. There's also some Irish players Celtic are interested in. Rumours everywhere. It's going to be one heck of a day. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure all the Celtic fans are. It's going to be interesting. Signings galore, departures galore. Welcome to deadline day. But that is all from me. So until next time, hail, hail.